Hi everyone. Well, it looks like we've got another rather unsettled week coming up. Perhaps not as bad as what we've seen over the last 2 to 3 weeks with the amount of rainfall coming through, but it does look rather windy at times, and there certainly will be some rain around and some showers as well. And although perhaps settling down a little bit towards the weekend, or at least the beginning of the weekend. So we'll start things off here with the synoptic charts with the areas of high and low pressure. And we've also overlaid the, or should I say underlaid in a sense, the jet stream. Now, the jet stream is, if for those of you who don't know, it's very high altitude winds, high up in the atmosphere, and it is the boundary between the colder air to the north and the warmer air from the moves up from the south. And along this boundary, this is where we see these areas of low pressure forming, and you know it is because of the mixture or the combination of these two air masses trying to mix, and it forms these areas of low pressure. Now, as you can see, as we run through tomorrow and into Tuesday, that the jet stream is pretty strong still. I mean, we're seeing these rather strong upper winds here, so we're looking at 120, 140 miles per hour. At one peak, I think it reaches close to 180 miles per hour, and that does sound severe, but for the jet stream, this is really quite normal. And then as we move through in towards the weekend, we can see this little ridge of high pressure. We can go back one frame here actually, and you can see this little ridge of high pressure trying to push its way in later on Friday and into Saturday. Although it doesn't seem like it's going to hang around for too long because low pressure moves in again. Actually, in fact, we'll give you a quick sneak peek a little bit further here. Just to be nice, and you can see really as we move into the following week there are hints of high pressure starting to move through or develop across our area. Now, this is highly uncertain. This may not happen as it's shown here, but there are hints that after this coming week things could start to settle down somewhat, and we could see some drier and much more or brighter, sunnier weather. So now let's have a little run through of the rainfall for the week ahead. And after that, we'll run through the winds as well. Now, this is for this evening. We can see the area of rain has moved off to our east here, or northeast. And we see this heavy area of rain moving in overnight. It's difficult to say the exact area of the heaviest rain, but it does look like we're going to be seeing quite a lot of rainfall. In fact, we've got a weather warning out for this, which we'll show you at the end of the forecast. So as we run through tonight and into tomorrow morning, we see some patchy looking rain, some blobby looking rain here, which shows it's a lot more showery. But that could last through rush hour really, up until also through the school run if that's something that you do. And by mid to late morning, things should start to clear away with some drier weather moving in from the northwest. Then as we move through tomorrow night, Monday night, we see this area of rain in the channel, which just showers. Now, this will affect us on Tuesday for a good part of the day, especially in the morning. There could be some very heavy showers, some hail mixed in, possibly the odd rumble of thunder, and it will be very gusty around these showers as well. Then as we move into Tuesday afternoon, the heaviest rainfall, the heaviest showers move away, and it becomes drier as these winds swing round into the west to northwest, and that brings in dry air, because at this time of year the sea is warmer than the land, and when you get cool air moving across the warm sea, the air above the sea wants to rise up through the cooler air, and that's what produces these showers over the sea, which is also why we see such a high level of rainfall along the coast at this time of year. So then as we move through into Wednesday, it doesn't look too bad. It looks like staying a mostly dry day with a few showers out there in the English Channel, but they shouldn't really be affecting us. And then as we move through into Thursday, it starts to change once again. We get that area of low pressure moving through, so we start to see some rain coming across. Now, it is difficult to know exactly what is going to happen here because some of these models are showing the low pressure coming through the English Channel with quite light winds. Other models are showing some really strong winds. And the model we're using here, which is the German model, which is one of the ones that we use quite often, is showing quite a lot of rain moving through on Thursday. Although this will clear away as we move in towards Friday with some much drier conditions developing. So let's have a little run through the winds now. Now this is the average wind speed, and we're seeing some quite strong winds moving through later tonight and into tomorrow. Just below the severe category really, so we're not going to put out a warning for this, But we will be seeing gusts really 50, 55, maybe 60 miles per hour in a few exposed areas. Then as we move through tomorrow evening, the winds drop off a little bit. They're still from the west-southwest at this point. And then as we move into Tuesday, the winds stay much the same, quite breezy. Away from the coastal areas, we see the winds are somewhat lighter, so really across northern parts of the island here, central northern parts of the island, and eastern parts really, we're seeing the winds 12, 15, 18 miles per hour. But in coastal areas, we're going to be seeing it 20 to 25, with gusts still up to around 30. Then as we move through Tuesday night, the winds come around to west-northwest. And then through Wednesday, we see a reasonably fine day with these winds coming in from the west-northwest. And there's going to be some reasonable sunny spells, and it doesn't look all that bad at all, really. And then as we move through into Thursday, you can see the winds here. Now they're showing it coming in from the southeast. We're a little uncertain about this because there are hints in some of the models that the winds may come round into the southwest during the afternoon and bring some gales, or even severe gales, along the coast. So this is something we're going to keep an eye on. So we'll not pay too much attention to this one right now because I think really it is likely to change. So that system moves through on Thursday, and as we reach Friday, we see the winds back into the west-northwest with cooler, drier conditions and some sunny spells at times. So this is our weather warning that we've got out at the moment. So it's a very localised weather warning. So we're seeing heavy rain likely overnight and into tomorrow morning. And yeah, some of this rain, even though it won't be torrential, it doesn't look like to be at the moment, there will be some quite heavy spells that will be quite persistent. Possibly 10 to 15 millimetres in the first band of rain or area of rain that moves through. Maybe even 10 to 15 in the second area of rain that moves through, which is towards dawn and slightly beyond. So we could see areas 15 to 20 millimetres in places, possibly as high as 30 millimetres worth in a few areas, although that will be very localised. But the ground is very saturated still in many parts of the island, so it's not going to take that much rain to cause flooding once again. So there will be quite a lot of rain quite a lot of water on the roads, especially towards the early hours of the morning, and perhaps during especially really towards any downpours, where any downpours do develop towards the daylight hours tomorrow. Stuttering a bit there. So anyway, that's all for that really. So we will take a quick look at the summary of that really. On Monday, it looks like rain, or tomorrow should I say, rain at first, brighten up in the afternoon with a high temperature of 14 degrees Celsius. Tuesday, heavy showers during the morning, possibly thundery locally. Lighter showers, or mainly dry really, as we move into the afternoon, with temperatures around 13 degrees. Wednesday doesn't look like too bad a day, with good sunny spells in the morning, perhaps a little bit more cloud in the afternoon, and temperatures around 11 degrees Celsius. Thursday looks like a very wet start to the day, with some very strong winds potentially, really right through the day, but especially during the morning. And the afternoon will be at least showery, if not consistent or persistent rain. So it does look like a rather unpleasant day, and that's something we're going to keep an eye on at the moment, because we may end up putting out a warning for that, but we're a little uncertain at the moment. The temperatures will be around 13 degrees Celsius, which is pretty mild still. And then on Friday, we'll see some sunny spells in the morning, perhaps a bit more cloud in the afternoon, but temperatures around 11 degrees, and pretty much really what we're seeing on Wednesday. They're pretty matching those 2 days at the moment. So anyway, that's all for the moment. I hope all that rambling made sense. And I will give you more updates on this, on the Thursday event in the next couple of days when we've got a bit more detail on that. And apart from that, that's it for now. Goodbye.